8 out of 10 global consumers trust word of mouth recommendations from friends and family members. And around 2/3 of them say that they trust other consumers' reviews compared to what is shown by advertising companies. Now let's say you are planning on buying something online. I bet you would look at the reviews at least once before buying, or think about the time when you didn't even intend to buy a product or even know about it, but eventually you made the purchase because your best friend told you it was the best thing that they had laid their hands on. That is the power of word of mouth marketing. But we have a fancier name for it now, which is called influencer marketing. Although word of mouth is still relevant and important, influencer marketing is what is easily scalable right now. Obviously, you can't push every customer to ask their friend to buy your product, or can you? This power of influencers is known to almost every brand out there, and I bet you clicked on this video to know how to deal with the influencers correctly. Never mind. So stick around till the end to find out everything that you need to know about influencer marketing. Let's go. So the first question that pops up is, how can you find influencers? The next question is, how do you approach them? And at last, we'll arrive at the most important question: how to work with the influencers. Keep on watching as I explain to you everything related to influencer marketing, from finding influencers to working with them. So make sure you stick around till the end. Let's start with the most basic question: how can you find influencers? Now, finding influencers is a pretty simple task, okay? You just have to go to your social media platforms, preferably Instagram, and hunt down and make a list of potential micro-influencers that you would want to collaborate with. And the best part is, like I talked about in this particular video, that Instagram's new algorithm would recommend you more influencers related to your niche. Now, this is one of the best ways to find influencers, especially local influencers relevant to your business. And that's it. Now that you have a list of whom to work with, you can start by approaching them with your offer. But how can you actually approach them? Well, before you talk to the influencers, try to understand their work. Now, this will give you an edge over your competitors who might as well be contacting them without a proper plan, and that is why it will be easier for you to start a conversation with these influencers. I'll briefly explain to you 3-step process that will help you plan out how exactly you can approach the influencers. Step 1 is to get yourself on the radar. Just follow the influencers you would like to work with and make your presence known. Leave meaningful comments on their posts, and if you like them, share it without failing to mention them. Once you have got yourself on their radar, step 2 is to develop a win-win proposal. Make sure to not only introduce yourself to the influencers, but also refer to some of their work by showing appreciation for it. And thereafter, you can move forward with presenting your proposal. Just make sure that your proposal clearly describes your goals and specifically mentions what you both will achieve after this collaboration. Step 3 is to send a follow-up email. Now that you have presented your proposal, the best thing to do is to wait for a couple of days, and if you still haven't received a reply from them, just send a follow-up email. And with this, you can ensure you approach your influencers without a fuss. Now that you know how to find influencers and how to approach them, one important question still remains, and that is how to work with the influencers. Once you receive a yes from your influencer partner, you can start with setting campaign briefs addressing questions like: what kind of content do you want for your influencers to develop? What is the duration of campaign going to be? And what are the targets that need to be fulfilled? This will help you determine your relationship with the influencers, which in turn will help you plan out different ways in which your influencer partner can fulfill your campaign. So how can you team up with your influencers to get the most out of your campaign? Number 1 is to give them their creative freedom. Remember, you are in no position to dictate what kind of content should be shared by your influencer. Trust me on this. Because a marketer dedicated blog post specifically to be shared violates authenticity of your influencer partner. Remember, it is the originality of the influencer which helps him get such a high follower base. For example, there are many influencers who stand out because of their creativity and originality of content, and that is the reason why numerous brands approach them with their offer to promote their products. The uniqueness of these influencers lies in the way they present themselves, like using funny expressions, having exceptional fashion style, creating aesthetic travel vlogs, or even making use of simple cardboard and pen. And because of this, brands never interfere with the way these influencers promote their products on their page. The humor and creativity with which these influencers post on their social media is unmatchable with anything out there, and that is the very reason why netizens actually follow them. And that is why your goal always should be to introduce your brand in an authentic and organic way. Number 2 is to create a mutually beneficial relationship. It has been found that only 16% of influencers think that marketers are interested in building a relationship with them. This is frankly very disappointing. See, relationships with influencers do take time. It doesn't mean you send an email to influencer and they post it as it is and then you are done. No, it's not about you. That's not how it works. Just remember that influencers are people who know their value, and it's quite natural that you are finding it hard to connect with them in a meaningful way. So just offer to help and support their cause so that you can ask them to support yours. That's the right way of establishing a true mutually beneficial relationship. Number 3 is to compensate the influencers well. If you want to motivate your social media influencer to partner with you, they should feel acknowledged and rewarded. It is their hard work that actually pays you. Your influencer should not feel they have come up short after the whole campaign ends. It is your duty to ensure that compensation paid from your end is satisfactory to the influencer's end as well. Also, just try not to restrict your compensation to monetary rewards. Although it is always welcomed, there are other ways for compensation aside from the monetary benefits, like simply sharing their blog posts on your corporate social media account, gifting them your brand's products, giving them free travel passes, and much more. So now that you know influencers are one of the pillars on which e-commerce stands, using their abilities to foster your business is one of the best decisions you can make for your brand. Tell us about your favorite influencer in the comment box below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more. Also, don't forget to check out our video on your complete guide to influencer marketing, which will appear right here. Until next time, bye-bye.